I'm going to do is I'm going to use the rectangle tool just to draw out the blocks of what I desire it to look like. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So to do that, what we're going to do is go to the rectangle tool. And then after I select it, I'm just going to go up here to fill, click on this. All right, and I'm going to, actually I can just click here, but you can choose a mid-gray, but I just want a mid-gray. That's good. Hit OK. That works great. Let's try again. Click. There we go. Then the stroke, I'm just going to go ahead, and you can see it's on nothing. I'm just going to go ahead and give it a color. It's not like it really matters, but just to make it a little bit easier, I'm going to go ahead and choose black. And then for the size, I'm just going to do 2 for 2 points. And we're just going to keep it free, and that'll allow us to draw our blocks. Okay. It will be on by default, but just be aware that we are using snapping, so that'll allow us to snap to our thing. I'm going to hit Control plus, and I'll hold space bar. And I'm just, actually, let's back up a little bit. There we go. And what I want to do is I'm just going to draw my nav bar on the top first, which is going to be a nav bar. Yeah, it's just going to be my nav bar. So I'm going to click and drag, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to leave one column on the end, basically. Yeah, we'll do one column. I might change this later, but we'll go like that, and we'll say that that is my first block. Okay? So, no. Oh, it's because somehow it got put in there. So there we go. I just clicked and dragged it up. I don't know why it was. I must have been on one in here, and so it did it. But maybe just click here and then draw so it doesn't show up there. But there it is. Okay. One thing I just want to note that you want to do is that you see these little 3 bands here on each one of these columns? That is called the gutter. And this red area, that is called the column. Okay? What we want to do is that we can span across multiple columns. That's what our goal is here. But we cannot go into the gutter. We can go across the gutter to the next column, but we always must end at the column. Okay? We must end at the end of the column, but before the gutter here. All right? That's how the design will work. All right? So this is going to represent my my nav bar. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to put like a slider in here. So I'm going to picture it being right to here. And I'm going to click and drag. And this one, I'm going to go 2 in from there. And we'll go like that, we'll say. Okay? So that will be my my carousel. And then what I'm going to do after that is I am going to draw a my thing across here. So what I want to do is actually do 4 like bigger buttons here. Now you gotta remember it's 12 columns across. So that means if I want to do 4, I need to do 3. So every 3 will be 1. So what I'm actually going to do is do my inside ones here first. I'm going to click and drag, and I'm going to look, and I'm going to try and make it close to square. It's not like it actually matters, but okay, good. And now what I'm going to do is I could just click and draw another one, but it actually might be easier to just take this guy, and I can right click and duplicate the layer, and then I'm just going to hold shift as I pull it and snap it here. If you hold alt and drag and hold shift, alt will duplicate as you pull away. There we go. And I'm going to, but shift will keep it straight, and then I'm just going to pull this one over this way. Okay, I said the inside one because that way I made sure it was butted up against this. And then the final block I want to do is I'm just going to do 2 6 ones because I want it to be halfway in between. So I'm going to go back to my rectangle tool again here, and then I'm just going to click and drag, and we'll go halfway. I'll say roughly there. And I'm going to go back to my select tool. I'm just going to hold alt and shift and just click and drag and snap it there. And now we have a rough wireframe of the boxes of what I want my site to look like. This will be my nav bar, a nice little carousel, my main items here, and then just a little extra information underneath, okay? But that's roughly what you're going to do. You just block it out by drawing it like this. And this is what we're going to do when we actually use the template. We tell how large we want each section to be. We say, oh, I want it to span 6 columns. I want it to span 8 columns. 10 columns, 3 columns, such and such, okay? So now you'll see I have all of these shape layers here, all right? So now that we're done with that, I'm just going to go ahead and we'll go to the next section.